Semiconductor ETFs have been some of the best performers in the market, and after my last video on SMH, a lot of people started asking the same question. How does it compare to other options like SOXX and FTXL? Because here's the reality. They all invest in the same industry, but they are not built the same. And one of these can feel completely different to hold than the others, even if the returns look similar on the surface. And that matters more than most people realize. Choosing the wrong one doesn't just change your returns, it changes the level of risk, the volatility that you experience, and how easy it is to actually stick with the investment long term. Because performance alone isn't enough, context matters. And today I'm going to break down the key differences between SMH, SOXX, and FTXL. How they're built, how they behave, and which one actually makes the most sense depending on the type of investor you are. So by the end of this video, you won't just know which one has performed well, you'll understand why they perform differently, and which one you can realistically hold through the ups and downs. Hi, I'm Greg Hardy, and welcome back to the channel, and thank you for being here. We cover all things personal finance, investing, and building a secure financial future. So if you're serious about taking control of your money and also learning something new every week, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It really helps the channel and gets this information to more people who need it. Thank you. Semiconductors have been so dominant because they sit at the center of everything that's driving the modern economy. AI, cloud computing, data centers, electric vehicles, even everyday devices. All of it runs on chips. And as the world becomes more digital, more connected, and more data-driven, the demand for computing power keeps rising. This isn't a short-term trend, it's a long-term shift in how the global economy operates. And that's a big reason this sector has outperformed. When demand for technology accelerates, semiconductor companies are often the ones benefiting first and most. But that growth doesn't come in a straight line. It tends to come in cycles. Strong periods of expansion followed by slowdowns that can feel very uncomfortable if you're not expecting them. So while the upside has been impressive, understanding that cycle and how different ETFs handle it is what really matters going forward. SMH, SOXX, and FTXL all give you exposure to the semiconductor industry, but how they do it is very different. Starting with SMH, this is the most concentrated of the three. It leans heavily into the biggest and most dominant companies in the space and allows those top holdings to carry a large portion of the fund. It doesn't try to balance things out evenly. Instead, it embraces the reality that a handful of companies are driving most of the innovation and growth in this industry. That's what gives it that higher upside, but also the bigger swings. SOXX takes a different approach. It still focuses on semiconductors, but it spreads that exposure out more evenly across the industry. Instead of letting a few companies dominate the portfolio, it puts more limits on how large individual positions can become. The result is something that still benefits from the same overall trend, but typically feels a little more balanced and a little less extreme compared to SMH. Then you have FTXL, which is built differently from both of them. This isn't just about owning semiconductor companies, it's about selecting them based on specific factors like momentum, value, and quality. So instead of just owning the biggest companies, it's trying to own the best scoring companies based on its system. And instead of simply reflecting the industry or weighting the biggest players more heavily, it's constantly adjusting based on a rules-based scoring system. That can lead to very different holdings at times compared to SMH or SOXX. And that's really the key takeaway here. SMH is concentrated and lets winners run. SOXX is more balanced across the space. And FTXL is trying to be more strategic in how it selects companies. Same industry, but three very different approaches. And those differences are exactly what lead to very different experiences over time. Now this is where most people get this wrong, because this is where the real differences start to show up. Because on the surface, these ETFs can look very similar. They all give you exposure to the same industry, but that's where the similarities start to end. Once you look under the hood, you start to see why they behave so differently. And those differences don't just affect performance, they affect how the investment feels, how it behaves, and whether you'll actually stick with it long term. Let's start with concentration, because this is one of the biggest drivers of returns. SMH is the most concentrated of the three. A small number of top holdings can make up a large portion of the fund, which means when those companies perform well, SMH can move aggressively higher. But the flip side is just as important. If those same companies struggle, the fund can pull back quickly. It's a more top-heavy approach, and that's by design. SOXX, on the other hand, spreads things out more. It still invests in many of the same companies, but it doesn't allow any single holding to dominate the portfolio to the same extent. That creates a more balanced structure. You're still getting exposure to the leaders in the space, but you're also reducing how much any one company can impact your results. It won't typically move as aggressively as SMH, but it also won't feel quite as extreme during downturns. Then there's FTXL, which doesn't really fit neatly into either category. Its concentration can shift depending on how companies rank based on its factor system. At times, it may look more concentrated, at other times more balanced. But the key difference is that it's not just reflecting the industry, it's actively tilting toward companies that meet certain criteria. So the concentration isn't just about size, it's about scoring. And this is the part most people don't think about, and that's behavior. Because this is where most investors either succeed or struggle. SMH tends to feel the most volatile. When the semiconductor cycle is strong, it can feel incredible. Fast gains, strong momentum, and a lot of excitement. But when the cycle turns, those same characteristics can make it feel very uncomfortable very quickly. This is the type of ETF that tests your discipline. SOXX usually provides a smoother experience. It still moves with the semiconductor industry, but the ride tends to feel a little bit more controlled. The highs may not be quite as explosive, but the pullbacks can feel a bit more manageable. For a lot of investors, that difference in experience can be the reason they're able to stay invested instead of second-guessing every move. FTXL can feel different in another way. It can feel less predictable. Because it's driven by factors like momentum, value, and quality, its holdings can change in ways that aren't always obvious if you're just watching the sector. Sometimes it may outperform, sometimes it may lag, and it's not always clear why in the short term. That can make it harder to stick with if you don't fully understand what it's trying to do. And if you don't understand that going in, that's usually where people lose confidence. And that leads us into the final piece, strategy. SMH is built to embrace the leaders in the industry and let them drive returns. SOXX is built to give you more balanced exposure across the space. And FTXL is built to try to optimize exposure based on specific characteristics. None of these are right or wrong, they're just different approaches to the same opportunity. And this is where that idea really comes full circle. Context matters. Because if you only look at performance, you might miss what you're actually signing up for. But once you understand how these ETFs are built, how they behave, and what drives the results, you're in a much better position to choose something that not only performs well, but that you can actually stick with over time. And this is usually the point where people start to realize which one actually makes the most sense for them. At this point, it really comes down to fit. Not which one is best on paper, but which one actually lines up with how you invest, how you think, and how you handle risk. Because all three of these can work, but they don't all feel the same when you're holding them. If you're someone who is comfortable with volatility and you're looking for more aggressive growth, SMH is probably going to stand out. This is the one that leans into the leaders, lets winners run, and can move quickly when the sector is strong. But you have to be honest with yourself here, because that same strength can work against you in downturns. If you can stay patient through that, it can be a powerful addition. If you're looking for something a little bit more balanced, SOXX tends to fit better. You're still getting exposure to the same industry and long-term trend, but in a way that spreads risks out more evenly. It may not have the same sharp upside as SMH in certain periods, but it also doesn't rely as heavily on a handful of companies. For a lot of investors, that trade-off makes it easier to stick with over time. And if you're drawn to a more strategy-driven approach, that's where FTXL comes in. This is for someone who likes the idea of filtering the industry, focusing on companies that meet certain criteria instead of just owning everything or weighting by size. But with that comes a different kind of discipline. You have to be comfortable not always knowing exactly how it will behave in the short term and trusting the process behind it. So the real question isn't just which one performs better, it's which one you can stay invested in when things aren't going your way, because that's where most investors fall short. The right choice is the right one that aligns with you, not just the one that looks the best on a chart. If it were me, I would keep this simple. I wouldn't build my entire portfolio around semiconductors, even though the long-term story is strong. This is a powerful part of the market, but it's still one part. I treat it as a satellite position, something that sits alongside a broader core like the S&P 500 or a total market fund. That way you're getting the upside of the sector without putting your entire portfolio at the mercy of one industry cycle. Then from there, I wouldn't overcomplicate the decision. You don't need all three of these ETFs. In most cases, one is enough. Pick the one that fits how you invest, size it appropriately, maybe somewhere in that 5 to 15% range, depending on your comfort level, and then let it do its job. No constant switching, no chasing what's working right now, just a clear role inside your portfolio. Because at the end of the day, this is how long-term investing actually works. It's not about finding the perfect setup, it's about building something that you can stick with. A simple structure, consistent contributions, and the discipline to stay invested through different market environments. That's where real results come from. Most people come into a comparison like this thinking that the goal is to find the best ETF. But after walking through how these are built, how they behave, and what drives the results, you start to realize that's not really the right question. Because each one of these can work, but they don't all feel the same when you're holding them. And that difference matters a lot more than most people expect. The reality is your results won't come from picking the perfect fund. They'll come from your ability to stay invested through the ups and downs that come with it. SMH, SOXX, and FTXL all offer exposure to the same long-term opportunity, but they each come with a different experience along the way. And if you're not aligned with that experience, it becomes very easy to second guess your decision at exactly the wrong time. So instead of focusing on which one looks best on a chart, focus on which one you can actually stick with. Remember, the right ETF doesn't just grow your money, it keeps you invested. So which one are you leaning towards right now? SMH, SOXX, or FTXL? Now if you found this video eye-opening, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who you think needs to hear it. And if you want more practical, no-nonsense advice on building wealth and securing your financial future, then check out this video here. And also, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.